Going on the road, winning at Tampa Bay, winning at Detroit in the playoffs, getting to the NFC title game. For you now, a year later, how different is it coming into camp?
Yeah, looking back as you started camp last year, we didn't know each other yet. We didn't have our identity set. You have to go through adversity. You have to go through the things to create that identity. So shifted a whole year. Now we do have that. You know, we do know what we stand for, and you have to go through things like a 3-game losing streak to come out the other end of that. But that's, to me, the biggest difference. Our standards are set, our identity of who we want to be. Now, you still have to go and do that. Last year, at this time, we were still getting to know each other, and we didn't have that yet.
Describe the difference in the feeling from last year before you had all that to after you experienced that and you're coming back in trying to do it again.
Yeah, what is that identity that you're talking about?
I think it starts, it starts with connection. And the best of the best teams, they are so connected, and that's what I do love about our team. These guys really want to fight for one another. They want to push each other at practice. One of my favorite parts of training camp is the competition. And we are our first opponent. Like, we're the first ones we play in, so we're doing that every day. You can imagine being a defensive end going against Tunsil, or a DB trying to match with Jayden, or an offensive lineman blocking Payne. You kind of get where I'm going. Like, it's this competition that fuels these next 5 weeks, and it's a lot of fun because that's how we get ourselves ready.
Hey, and you got to draft the right quarterback, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, everybody in place, Josh Harris, Adam Peters, you, Jayden Daniels. Does it remind you at all of your Seattle days? You guys were so in line, top to bottom in the organization. Russell Wilson came in and led you guys to a Super Bowl in his second season.
Yeah, one of the things I enjoy most with Adam is this collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
And the best part of working on things together and in a partnership, you get the best parts of those relationships and you lean in on the different spots. And so Adam is elite at looking through draft class and people.
Yeah.
And so we lean on one another in the best of ways. But that's why I coach. I love doing these hard things with people and so Adam's that partner for me to lean in and back and forth. So it's been an awesome start, Hannah, because we see the team, we talk about the team, and we have a real vision of what we want our play style and attitude to feel and look like. And so, man, it's as fun as you could imagine.
What's it been like for you to look at the growth of Jayden specifically?
I've learned in a year's time that, there's nothing that surprises me with him. There's no comparison, he's like this person or that. That's what I've learned. He has this uncommon work ethic. It's relentless. And so it gives you confidence as a coach. And not just the other players have confidence with him because of this work ethic, but you do as a coach as well, because you know this work that he's put in. So when he gets to these winning time moments, there's a little smile that comes up on the sideline. But it's not just because I love competing. It's because I put in the work, and now I'm ready for this chance. And so that's one of the things that I really admire about him.
Yeah, you've called him a savage.
Yes,
in that
he is.
regard. And really, since Pop Warner football, he's had this unique dedication to improving every year. I know he went back even to California,
Yes.
Worked with his childhood coach, the guy he's been working with since he was 12. It's hard to imagine just looking at him from afar. Wow, he really needs to improve something. But what has he been working on?
Yeah, it's endless, for
Yeah.
him. So it could be as specific as a certain throw. It could be as specific as a certain read. I want to speed up my processing on this specific play. So that's the detail. And so there's been times where I'm in here in the weight room and I see him, it's dark, I see him walking out of the dark from the field.
Wow, okay.
He wants to be
that guy.
Yes, and so you can imagine the confidence that instills in others, knowing that this man puts it in, and it's not, that's the unseen work that people don't know, but that's who he is and how he gets down.
Big priority for you guys, showing up protection for Jayden. You added Laramie Tunsil, drafted Josh Connolly. Your impressions thus far of that O-line and what you think you might have ahead?
Yeah, we all know this one thing. The NFL is a line of scrimmage league.
Yeah.
And that's both sides.
On both sides,
That's
yeah.
right. And
you've done added players on both sides.
yeah, so that part, I'm excited to see. Obviously, adding offensive tackles, we added defensive linemen too. Kinlaw, Why? So the competition against one another at offensive line, defensive line, That's a big piece of it. Training camp and padded practices are the best time to help these guys compete and develop. Certain positions, it does matter. You know, you're in your pads. It's quarterback and receiver and corner, not as much. Offensive line, defensive line, running backs. It matters. And so I can't wait to see this competition, but they're off to a really good start to answer your question.
Yeah, and talking about that, the defensive side, right? You allow 55 points to the Eagles. They rush for 200-plus yards all 3 times that you see them. You're going to see them again at least twice. Do you feel like you guys have made steps to get better in terms of your run defense?
Yeah, and that's the fun part of when you play a division team and then you play them again. So in the regular season, 1-1, but like also let's give them a bunch of credit, man. They played their ass off in that NFC Championship game, and I tip my hat to them. But that is, you know, also some fuel to say these are specific things that we need to do better to be who we want to be. So we don't think of it just against them, but to be who we want to be at our very best. These are the areas that we have to improve, and that's really how you look at it. There's scheme and players, and your off season, you build into that. What are the things we really liked? Let's keep doing that. What are the things that, hey, let's take that out. And so you do have to have, it's kind of like an audit. That's out, that's in, and now you put the whole thing together again.
Keeps you from sitting back and enjoying your success to, all right, that was nice, but we got a lot of work to do moving forward, right? So that fuel is important.
It is, because you don't want to remember the pain of the loss. You know, like it has to matter.
Yeah, right.
It's a lesson. Otherwise,
not going through all that for nothing.
Yeah, maybe remember for a minute.
Let it go. You don't want to just, you know, the pain of that loss has to matter.
Yeah.
And so you got your ass kicked. Why? What can take place? Why do you turn it over? Why do we not get takeaways? You know, like, but I don't want to say that without giving them their credit, man. Like, they had a remarkable year, and in that game, I could have been more impressed, you know, with their performance.
You had a couple of new veterans on defense, Von Miller, Bobby Wagner. I mean, Von Miller, you met him at a steakhouse?
We did. Just as the offseason came, we had lunch together. I've obviously coached against him. I've known him, and I was just so impressed by him through the years, the Pass Rush Summit. Like, here's a player that is helping others get better. Like, that's a commander. That's honestly, like, that's a warrior mindset. From a distance in the walkthrough tonight, I saw Wagner and Miller, just the two of them together. I don't know what they were talking about, but somebody was getting better. Like, that's how, like, these two guys are different, and they have rare traits and experiences that they can pass on. They're not here to coach, you know, they're not here.
Right.
But there is some things that they have to share, you know, to help others get better. Like, we need their play, but the older versions of Bobby and Vaughn can also add some things that the 25-year-old versions of them weren't able to add. And it's been really cool to have him here. We sat down and started talking at the restaurant, and, you know, 2 hours later, I felt like it was, do you guys want to order yet?
That's like when Jay and I go to dinner. And obviously, you were with Bobby, Legion of Boom. Both those guys are Super Bowl champs rolling in. You got another big name rolling in, a little bit of a younger guy in Deebo Samuel. What does he bring to the table for Cliff's offense in terms of all the options and things that you're going to be able to do with Deebo?
I have enjoyed coaching him. Coaching against him, I knew how fast and how he could break tackles. What I didn't know was, like, how much fun he is to coach.
Oh, really?
He is.
Yeah?
And he has got, like, energy and juice. He challenges you. And it's so when you're on the distance, you think, man, this guy's an absolute dog. You know, like, you just see him, you admire who he is. But then on the other side, it's like, there are some guys, man, that you absolutely love to coach because they're like, they can't get enough, you know. They love practicing, you know, in the meeting room. And so that's the thing that's how much I'm enjoying coaching him all summer. What can he do? And now that we were into practice, you know, like, the mad scientist is gone. Now I can see the things that he's doing.
I can imagine Cliff's brain, like, okay, here's what we can do with this, and then we got Eckler, we got all these yards after catch, we can do all these crazy things, you know, and especially with Terry not here, I'm sure you can just, you know, unload and have some time to work on some of that stuff as well.
You do have to explore him. You do.
And
just because you try something, it doesn't mean you're going to do it. Okay, that was good. It's interesting. You know, that sometimes I tried it a few weeks. It's too complicated. It's not good enough. You have to think of it from the lens of the player's helmet. You know, not from us watching on TV or a coach in the meeting room. What can they do? And I've learned that through the years. I've learned so much from players through the last 25 years. What if you thought about it this way? And so having the ability to listen to them and say, okay, let's try it that way, as opposed to, no, this is just how it is. Like, look at the playbook page. You have to be more fluid than that.
Yeah, that's your hallmark now. I think back and forth, that dialogue with players, and certainly turning out okay so
Indeed.
far here
So
in
far, so good.
D.C.
I wish we had more time. We could
I
just
do
sit here and talk all
too.
day.
It's like
Yeah.
lunch with Vaughn.
Exactly.
Are we ready to order now?
We haven't ordered yet. Listen, Coach, much success this season. I know you guys we're going to see in prime time 5 times. You're going to Madrid. All sorts of exciting things on the horizon. But here, we're putting in the work in camp. We sure appreciate you hosting us.
Thanks.
Here.
Well, real honor to be on SportsCenter with you guys. So, like I said, that's me growing up. So to be on SportsCenter today, it's an honor also for me, too. So thanks for hanging with us today.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
All right.
See you.